My refusal to pay off my sister's debts is causing a big family drama. This is kinda long, and I know that asking strangers on the internet may not be the best way of working out what to do, but I really need to get this off my chest. The first thing to say about my father is that he places a very high value on formal education. He had very little of it himself but believes that it is the best thing that you can do in life. I am one of a set of non-identical twins with my sister, and she is everything that he could hope for in that she has a bachelor's, a master's, and has just completed law school. Unfortunately for him and me, I am not suited to formal education at all. I did enroll for 1 semester at a state U, but I knew from day one I had made a mistake and left. He was furious about that at the time and confidently predicted that I would be a bum and a loser for the rest of my life. However, I found my niche as an entrepreneur, and after struggling along for a few years at the beginning, am now doing very well. In the same way that I knew college was not for me, I know that running my own business is. I have started and sold a number of them over the years, and although not everything I have tried has worked out by any means, the last one I managed to sell for a decent chunk of change, low 8 figures, and have recently moved across country to NYC to find a mentor to help me play in the big leagues. Prior to this incident, I thought that my father had come to terms with me not going to college, etc., and making a success of being a businessman instead. He and I have never been on the very best of terms, but I did honestly think we had managed to get to a sort of working relationship. I should add that my sister and I have always been close, and although our lives have taken us in different directions, we still speak at least once per month. I always knew that she must have incurred a good amount of student loan debt over the years, but I have never tried to tell her how to live her life, and she has never tried to tell me how to live mine. My sister got engaged last year to a guy she met in law school. I have met him once when they came to NYC for a visit, and he seemed all right to me. Fast forward to 2 weeks ago, and I am traveling from NYC to our hometown for a meet the family type dinner with my family and my future BIL's family. Coincidentally, they come from a nearby town. Up front, I will be very honest and say that I didn't really want to go, as it is a long trip for me. I am very busy, and what does it matter if I meet his family or not? But I go, for my sister's sake. Anyways, just before dinner my father pulls me off to one side, tells me that sister and BIL have a combined student loan debt of nearly $500,000, WTF, and it would be really nice if I did something for the family for once and paid it off for them as a wedding gift. Frankly, I have been expecting him to ask me to contribute to the cost of the wedding, and I had already decided that I would just keep my mouth shut and pay up so long as it was less than $25,000, but this really shocked me. It was the really matter-of-fact way that he said it. Now, I have the money and wouldn't really miss it, but that was not the point. It gets worse. As we are sitting down and eating, it transpires that he has told everyone there that I am rich and I will be paying off the student loan debt. There are toasts and heartfelt thank yous while I am just sitting there stunned at being railroaded in the most brazen way I have ever seen. Long story short, I said a few things I probably shouldn't have and end up walking out of the restaurant there and then and going back to the airport and catching a red-eye back to NY. While I am in the air, I am stewing on the whole situation, but by the time I land I have calmed down and thinking, what have I done? However, when I switch my phone back on in the cab back to my apartment, it just blows up with voice messages and texts from my parents and sister. Later that night, my sister rings me again, and this time I answer it. I explain that it isn't about the money but the way in which it was just assumed that I would pay up. I know that this sounds really petty now, but I was just so angry at the time. My sister was really surprised as she knew nothing about it before the dinner, and afterwards Dad was going round telling everyone that I had said I was going to pay it but had now changed my mind. She ended up being really embarrassed in front of her future in-laws, who are now wondering what their son is marrying into, so is now very pissed at our dad. Now I come to the issue. Turns out my sister went back and confronted our dad about it, and there was a huge row, and now she is talking about eloping and not having a big family wedding at all, or only inviting her fiancé's family, etc., etc. My phone is being besieged with messages from my parents to talk to my sister and ask her forgiveness so that she will forgive them. The final message from my father before writing this was just him ranting about how I don't deserve the money that I have, and it is because of people like me that college graduates are struggling. Seems that we aren't in such a good place after all. I am not sure what to do. Was I totally out of line? I don't have many friends to talk to about this, and those I do have probably have as equally skewed perception on this as I do. Did I get this totally wrong? Should I just have paid the money? I hate being railroaded, and that is what it felt like, as though my only value there was a source of funds. Having said that, I'd hate to think that my sister's wedding gets ruined because of me. I have made some money selling a business, and my father thinks I should pay off sister's and BIL student loan debt as a wedding gift and blows up when I refuse. Family drama ensues, wedding in danger, parents blame me. Should I just have kept my mouth shut and paid up?